step for Burgundy with a false start. Bucking to get at that blue interior of the defense.
I'm going to be honest, I don't really like that play call or that decision by the coaching staff here because you had a 4th and 1 and you have a kind of a big QB. Just trust them to be able to get the play call. Almost every time that you end up trying to do a hard count, especially at a lower level like this in the KFL, you end up hard counting your own guys.
Well, Blue has been fooled by that a couple times this week, but here we go on a big 4th down. They are not fooled by it. Wayne Scott, the quarterback, going to give it over to Acevedo. Acevedo around the right side. He could take it. Oh, he is dragged down. Not before he gains first down yardage. 1st and goal here for the Blue offense. Big play when they need it from Acevedo.
Well, it almost doesn't matter. And again, when they go back to number 47, he's been able to just get them the yardage they need. So no harm, no foul for Burgundy. Great play there to the kid on the outside. Looks like he just has a different level of speed gear compared to on both times that he's had the run. It's been to the offensive right. And there seems to be some sort of speed mass mismatch on that side. Either way, he's been able to just get the edge with ease.
Absolutely. The 2 times that Acevedo has run it to the right, he's had big gains and big moments for this Burgundy offense. Let's see what they draw up for this 1st and goal situation. 1st and goal. Wayne's got the quarterback. Takes the snap. He's going to give it back to Acevedo. Acevedo up the middle is wrapped up. Can't quite get any space there.
Well, Blue does a good job on the interior, and Acevedo is not a super big guy here, so he's not going to move the pile and be able to make a play on and move the pile there. But the type of guy you'd like to see them continue to use more on the outside, more of an outside guy. Try to change it up, see if they could catch Blue napping, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make any yardage there. And credit to Blue there, they were stout on the interior. It's going to bring up a 2nd down.
Burgundy offensive lineman shaking up on the play. I believe he got stepped on or his ankle kind of twisted on the play. We will be back in a moment with an update from the field here in Dwight, Illinois. All right, welcome back to this 2nd down play here at Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp. There was a no gain on the last play. Blue did a good job of wrapping up the Burgundy ball carrier. We had Max Walker a little bit shaken up on the last play. He walked off the field on his own power. He was complaining that his ankle got stepped on. And so now Max Walker is on the sideline. He's getting taped up by the medical staff here, and he's feeling good. He walked off on his own power, getting taped up, feeling better. Going to be back in this ball game for sure. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. We're all Christian brothers here. Knox Wayne Scott takes the ball. He's going to give it over to 57 Johnson for the touchdown. Jackson Johnson. Oh no, Acevedo with the touchdown, running it to the left of the center. Pounds it in for 6 points.
Well, a good read by Acevedo there, just to kind of read. Initial hole wasn't blocked, kind of made a little stutter. Got the defensive lineman to commit to the right side, then he just kind of shifted left. Good quickness, good short yardage quickness there, and a good way to finish the run there. Burgundy has shown the ability at times to be able to really open up some holes there. That was very similar to the play that Acevedo had a big run on, except this time they were able to get it to run to the left side. Blues got to stiffen up here. There's about 4 minutes left here in the first half. Blues got to try to tighten up here and try to stop any sort of movement that they might have.
Burgundy finally capitalizes after the long run by Acevedo, and then justly he gets the carry and gets the touchdown to take it home for Burgundy. They're now going to try the 2-point conversion. That center is really low. The quarterback squatting down low. Wayne Scott, he hands it back off to Acevedo, and Acevedo cannot get there. A good tackle there. Number 6 in there for Blue initially. Not on her sheet, but he made a good tackle.
Well, that was a great play once they tried to get in on the outside. When they kind of tried to come, the play was to the right. As soon as they hand the ball off, there was a Blue wave to turn it back in, and then as soon as he turned back into the inside, it was over. Excellent stand by Blue there. But hats off to Burgundy. They're up 6-0. They're able to cash in on the big play. Blue is going to have to respond. Now, Blue was moving the ball really well, so Blue offense, though, one of the things they're going to be, of course, fighting against this time. Only about 4 minutes left on the clock here, so it's going to be an interesting to see if they try to continue doing what they're doing or if they want to put up a more of a passing approach or a passing attack. I think the key on this drive is going to be Ori and Pierce. Basically, if I'm Burgundy, I would try not to kick it to Pierce or Ori. Try to kick it on the outside away from them. Pierce and Ori both have really good speed to take it to the house. We've seen Pierce had I believe, a 75-yard run the other day, and Hori's just been all over the place running awesome. So let's see what Burgundy tries to do here.
Yes, that backfield, the offensive backfield for Blue with the quarterback and the 2 running backs back to receive the kick. And it's going to be the quarterback who picks up this ball. Brody Pierce running to the outside, stiff arms the man, and steps out of bounds right around the 41-yard line.
You know, he almost got that edge there. If he just stepped out barely, if he had that half a foot on the line, if he could have kind of tightrope that, he had a score there.
You can see some of these substitutions in here for Blue. They bring on their big offensive linemen, and they are ready to even this game up. Been a pretty even game so far. Burgundy just found a way to capitalize, but Blue on their last possession, really moving the ball at will until that 4th down play where Burgundy made the play when they needed it the most.
If you're Blue here, I think you got to be looking at another possibility of having a. I think they're giving the ball to Ori right here.
.46, Aiden Gordon, the right tackle, snaps it. Brody Pierce dropped in the backfields. Burgundy defenders all over him. I saw number 66, Isaac Groom, with the boom in the backfield for Burgundy.
Kind of an unusual formation. I don't know if you could see it on your camera there, but they had Robideau lined up about 15 yards behind the quarterback. Kind of just an interesting little set there. I don't know what there was. Kind of an unusual formation for Blue, but there was no blocking on that play, and so ended very poorly.
Brody Pierce takes the snap, pitches it to Hori. Hori catches it with one arm. He's dragging the defender, can't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great tackle by Zizou back there. Just able to grab, hang on, and, you know, hey, if the guy drags you for a few yards, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be a great tackle there. So excellent play in the backfield. Had to make that play, and he did.
Micah Zuzabek in there into the offensive backfield, forces Hori, the usually elusive Hori, for a loss. A fantastic one-on-one tackle there by the cornerback Zuzabek. Brody Pierce takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Hori. Hori on that right side makes one man miss. He's now circling it back to the left side. and he's got a lot of daylight. Akira Hori with a tone-setting run for Blue. That's going to be first down into Burgundy territory. What a run to circle it right, circle it back left, and pick up big yardage for this Blue squad.
Kind of an interesting play on how there's a broken play there. Again, Zuzebek looked like he almost had him in the backfield there, or he able to break out and reverse all the way back to the left. One of the big keys on there is that no one on Blue took a block in the back penalty or had a holding call. And so they're able to get all the way around outside and not erase the big game.
You know, I saw a block there by one of the Blue offenders right around the line of scrimmage that was borderline. He was right on the Burgundy shoulders. Good job by him to not get onto that nameplate or the number area and get that block in the back call. Zuzebek made the tackle on the previous play and had Hori stopped in his tracks, but no other Burgundy defender could get on Hori to finish the tackle. Hori circles it back around, picks a big yardage.
Blue
a crucial situation there for Blue.
Blue can't quit on this here. They're going to have to make a big play. They're still battling the clock. They got a long ways to go. Burgundy's just got to remember that.
Pierce, under center, takes the snap. He's going to pitch it back to Babcock. Andre Babcock around the right side. Dragged out of bounds. Does he go out of bounds? That would stop the clock. He does not. He stays in bounds. You have to have the football awareness to go out of bounds on that. But regardless, a good run by Andre Babcock.
Yeah, unfortunately on that play, what happened is he cut back in trying to get the extra yards, and I get that. But if he could go out of bounds there, it would really help his team kind of get the clock stoppage. Their team's able to use a timeout, so it's not the end of the world. But again, there's only about 30 seconds left, and they are on the 27-yard line. So if you look at this, they could probably get 3 plays in, depending on what the type of plays are. If they're like long developing running plays, it's obviously going to chew more time. So one thing for Burgundy is you want to try to bring the runners down in bounds and make them kind of earn it there. If I'm Burgundy, I'm probably going to have my guys play a little bit wider just to kind of make them kind of run inside a little bit more and hopefully not give too many yards on the inside. Obviously, you don't want to spread out too much to sacrifice the inside. If you're Blue, I think you're going to be looking to call an outside run here.
That dangerous running attack of Blue coming up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, look at Pierce to keep it himself to the left.
Brody Pierce. He's going to throw it to the left. He's got a man wide open. Big catch there. Number 16, Robideau in for the touchdown. Andrew Robideau with the touchdown.
No, they're calling him short.
No, they're calling him short.
He's going to be
short. They got to get to the line of scrimmage. They got to clock it. Robideau fell just short of the line. Pierce, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. In for the Blue touchdown. Blue ties this game up with 8 seconds left in the second quarter. What a series of events there for Blue.
Yeah, no, that was a great play by Pierce there. He got everyone set, and by the way, credit. Beautiful throw. Credit to Blue there. They looked like they were going to do a QB keeper to the left. Instead, they were able to execute a great passing play. Awesome job on them. And you love them being willing to take the risk, to put the ball in the air and trust the receivers. Awesome play for that. They needed that right at the half here. And then everyone, I don't know if they had this plan where the coaches are trying to do a psych out where they're yelling at him to clock it, and he's just going to run up and take it himself. It works out for him, so awesome play for Smith on that play.
Brody Pierce with the big touchdown after the big pass. Blue now runs it in. They now have taken the lead here with no time remaining in the first half. I believe they should put a couple seconds left on this clock. After the touchdown, there should have been a clock stoppage.
The coaches are talking amongst themselves here. I don't know if they're just going to. I'm just trying to see a ref signal here. I don't know if the refs are just going to call Call the half.
All right.
Okay, the try was good.
And it looks like both teams, both Burgundy and Blue, the boys are content to go back to their sidelines and just rest up for this halftime. Thank you for tuning in. This has been one of the best games of the year so far. We have Blue on top of Burgundy, 8-6, with a late score by Brody Pierce.
Have that receiver, okay? Every single time it could be a pass. Okay, when that guy goes back, you gotta go back with him, okay? You gotta cover him. Hey, offense is doing well, okay? Offense is going well. Defense is going well too. We just gotta get rid of the mistakes. Peter, where are you?
We need to score on this score.
We're receiving. We need to score.
Just keep this momentum going here. All right? Feel like it's your brothers out there.
They're going so far. I'm keeping up with the inside. I try to play now, but I think I'll get our I mean, he can't. I mean, Coach, you need water? Coach, you need water? I'm good. Appreciate what you said.
And we really need our team. Other stuff. You can commit. Don't take his house and let's dominate. I know. Come on, Burgundy!
Welcome back to this second half of football. We now have Blue up 8-6 on Burgundy. Burgundy led for almost the entirety of the first half. Blue with a late touchdown to put them up by 2 after the 2-point conversion. We had some good sideline reporting here by Caleb and Brendan. Caleb, what did you get down from your interviews on the field?
Well, one of the things I was able to step into the Burgundy huddle, and one of the things I heard was Caleb McCurry imploring his guys to wrap up. He was very frustrated. He says, it takes 2 or 3 guys to kind of hit at worry before we actually wrap up, and that's something that he wanted to see change. When talking to the offensive coordinator for Burgundy, he was adamant that obviously they need Acevedo to keep running well, but he said look for his QB to run more and get him more involved in the action.
Caleb, Brendan, what did you find out on the field down there?
Talked to Josh Connell there on the coaching staff, and he was pretty excited coming off that big touchdown drive. And then the first half there, he said that on offense they just want to keep it clean. He said they've struggled the first couple of games just handling the ball, so they just keep cleaning the offense. He said defensively, most of these guys make hits. He said they feel like they just
Good insight from Brendan and Caleb. Thank you, boys, for that. The opening kickoff of the second half goes out of bounds. It looked to be a good kick, but just kind of trickled there out of bounds. Took a bad bounce for Blue. That's going to give Burgundy decent field position to start this drive, only at the 35-yard line. Nothing that Blue can't handle here. Dangerous Burgundy offense trots onto the field. You see Wayne Scott, the quarterback, coming into the huddle. Let's see what they have drawn up.
Yeah, I mean, again, when we talked to the Burgundy coaches, they were talking about how they'd like to use him more in the run game, get him more involved. So we'll see if they do that on the first play. They did say the key on, if they are going to throw, it's going to be their tight end or possibly Zorga. Those would be the targets if they were to throw the ball. But I expect them to come out with a kind of a steady run game here.
Wayne Scott, the quarterback, swats it in the center. Takes a snap. He's going to give it to Acevedo. Acevedo is met right around the line of scrimmage by that Blue defense. Good gang tackle by that Blue.
Yeah, well, they did a good job of wrapping up on him. That's one of the things that you like to see from any defender is, outside containment, but then when your first priority is containment, but then once it's on you to make the tackle, you want to wrap up and kind of at least slow him down, even if you can't make the tackle yourself.
I see the offensive lineman in there for Burgundy. We have Isaac Groom. We have number 49, Kyle Walker. Doing a good job of freeing their running backs and their quarterbacks to make plays for them. Burgundy's really only had one drive, I believe, and they capitalized off it. Blue was 1 for 2 in the first half on drives. Burgundy was 1 for 1. Burgundy starting the second half with the ball. Going to have more possessions this half, potentially. Wayne Scott takes the snap. Gives it over to 57 there. Jackson Johnson. They're saying the ball is loose. It kind of seemed like his forward momentum was stopped. Johnson's forward momentum was stopped.
Yeah, ref is signaling third down there. They're going to call on the play.
It's going to be a third down and short for this Burgundy. Well, I believe that's third down.
Third and about 2 on the play.
Third and 2.
Maybe a long one.
Brother Peter's back there with his boys. Kind of in that outside linebacker position, coaching them up.
Yeah, sometimes right now, as the days progress, the coaches are more and more limited on what they can do on the field. And by the last day, there are no coaches on the field at all. So right now, they can come to the hash marks.
Wayne Scott, the quarterback, takes the snap, gives it over to Acevedo. Acevedo running, runs over a couple people, and he's finally taken down, but not before he can gain first down yardage. First down run. Acevedo with a big run to get first down on third down.
Well, that was a great run there, being able to get on the outside, and it looked like Pierce had him all wrapped up, and it looked like a good form, but he kind of fell out of the tackle there, and a great balance here to be able to, by Acevedo to be able to keep the outside, keep his legs churning. Didn't quite get the clean wrap up on there.
A big third down conversion here for Burgundy to keep the drive alive. Wayne Scott in the wishbone formation takes the snap. He's going to toss it over to Jackson Johnson. Johnson, a well-blocked hole on that left side, picks up about 4 yards on first down. Caleb, you called it out during the play. Well blocked there by those Burgundy front O-linemen.
I mean, here's the thing. It was a kind of a big kind of saving tackle there on the play by Olagunja, because if he doesn't get there, he had daylight forever. But still, I mean, that's a good, 5-6 yard run on first down, and he was not touched until the tackle point there. So if you can get your backs to be running 5-6 yards before the being touched, that is a good sign for your offense.
Great play there by David Olagunja to hustle back from his nose tackle position and make the tackle on the elusive Acevedo. Wayne Scott takes a snap, hands it back to Acevedo. He's running on that left side, and he is converged upon, makes 2 defenders miss. Blue is trying to rip the ball out. Acevedo gets a little bit past the line of scrimmage there. That's going to result in a 3rd and about 3 to go. 3rd and 3.
Well, again, it's interesting. Blue is really packing into the center of UC. They put 3 guys really trying to take away, as it were, the A gap. And Burgundy's coaches kind of want to run up in the middle there, and it seems like Blue's adjusted that. So Burgundy keeps trying to run up the middle, which forces Acevedo to have to bounce outside. And then once you get going laterally on any play that was designed to go inside, it doesn't end well.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Look at Blue. They're really packed in tight in the center.
It's a good snap. And Wayne Scott's going to keep it. He's trying to push the pile forward to get that 1st down yardage. Forward momentum is going to give him a couple yards. Is it going to be enough? It looks like they're going to mark him just short. It's going to be 4th and less than a foot. Fourth and short.
This is an interesting call here. I think if you're going to, I kind of like the idea of possibly trying to do some sort of draw here, not a draw as in the traditional sense, but you should have your QB take it, hold it for a half beat, and then let him kind of make a play.
I would say QB sneak could be really effective here if you can get Wayne Scott to just drive the ball low with his big frame.
Yeah,
Wayne Scott's pretty tall for out here. If he could just lay down, he'd get that yard.
If you look at Blue, they're really packed in. If he can just kind of, instead of going right at the pile, just to the side, Blue is packed in tight here.
Wayne Scott under center. Takes a snap. He's going to give it to Acevedo. Acevedo on that right side. He sheds a tackle, and he's got 1st down yardage. 1st down for Burgundy right around the 30-yard line. Move the chains.
Well, that was a great play call. On that, Blue came in, and they took the initial fake to the left. They really crowded in and slammed towards that, and then kind of that delay there let one of their backs, as we were talking about earlier. Blue has an initial surge, but because of the way they're surging, if you can just wait a half second and then kind of go off to one side, I think they're going to have a lot of success running.
Thank you for joining us here on this live broadcast. We apologize for the internet connectivity problems. We have not been able to have internet here in Dwight, Illinois at First Baptist Church. None of the church offices have internet. Our broadcast bus does not have internet, but finally, thank you to Rob Robideau and all the media crew for getting this up and running. I see Esther Melly. I never know. How do you pronounce that? Is there a family here at camp? I've heard it both ways. Melly. Rob Robideau gives me the confirmation. Wayne Scott under center. Takes a snap, and he's going to hand it off to 17. 17 coming around that left side. He is met in the backfield by Brett Jenkins. Tackle for loss. Big hit there on Joseph Henry on the end around.
Well, that was like textbook there on the outside. He got outside and basically said there's no way you're going to, I mean, hats off to Jenkins there. He got upfield, turned, and basically was like, you are not getting outside me. And then on the cherry on top of that, he made a great hit. Great tackle on the play.
Esther Melly, you can be proud of Andrew Robideau. He had a big catch before to score the only touchdown in the game for Blue, to set up the only touchdown in the game for Blue. Big catch in a big-time moment. Thank you for tuning in, Esther. We have 2nd down and 13 after the tackle for loss. Wayne Scott barking, takes a snap, hands it over to Acevedo. Acevedo off the middle, shifty within the tackles. And it's brought down around the right hash mark for a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Gets back to the initial line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. Now it's going to be 3rd and 10. One
of the eye eye on the rest of the camp here. Some of the things there's a lot of work that goes into this. We want to just specifically mention all the guys who are working on doing the laundry. There are about 300 boys here on camp, and that doesn't count all the staff, everything, just 300 players. So doing laundry for all those players is quite a chore. So we want to thank all the guys that are working on it. It is quite a crew. They do an awesome job trying to make sure that these clothes are as clean as we can get them, as we can keep them.
Wayne Scott squats under center, takes the snap, he fakes it, and he gives it to 66 around that left end. Bit of a misdirection end around. Isaac Groom, the ball carrier, gets a decent yard, gets about 5 yards on the play. That's going to result in a 4th and 5. Burgundy's keeping the offense out there.
Well, I mean, this is what Blue needs here. They needed a big stop there, and they got that. Again, Ori meets him in the hole. Good play by Burgundy to be able to kind of drag him forward for an extra few yards, but this is a big 4th down here.
It's going to be 4th and 5. The 4th down plays in this ball game have been big deciding factors. Burgundy 1 for 1 on their drives through the game. There's really been a good display of matriculating the ball down the field by both offenses. Blue 1 for 2 on their drives. Burgundy 1 for 1, trying to make it 2 for 2. I'm Zach Kenny. My broadcast partner is Caleb Crone. Thank you for tuning in this broadcast of Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp.
Parker! No, you guys went the wrong way or something like that.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this broadcast of Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp here on Field 1 in Dwight, Illinois. We have the KFL, a matchup between the blue and red Burgundy squad. Excuse me. We've had a great game here so far, back and forth, lead changes, 8-6. It's 4th down and 5 here. Thank you for joining us. We've had some internet connection problems. I will discuss that later, but for now, let's get to the football action. There's going to be a timeout for Burgundy. The offensive play caller didn't like what he saw from the defense, so he's going to take a timeout. Thank you, friends and family, for joining and watching your boys here as they play on Field 1. We're coming to you live from the Scaffolding broadcast booth. I'm Zach Kinney. My broadcast partner is Caleb Crone. Caleb Crone is now on the Burgundy sideline trying to get some insight for the parents and everybody back home on what the coaches and what the boys are thinking. We've had no internet connection here at First Baptist Church, Dwight, Illinois. No internet connection in the church offices, and certainly no internet connection in our broadcast bus. We're broadcasting out of a school bus. Thousands of dollars of media equipment. Thank you to all the cameramen and we're on the bus right now. Thank you for joining us. This is what we're broadcasting out of. We had no internet here, but thank you to Rob Ravido on the bus right now. He's doing the switching. He's kind of like your producer of this broadcast right now. He got us up and running.
Thank you, guys.
Now let's get to this 4th down and 5 play. If you have anybody that you think would be interested in watching this broadcast, please share the information with them. Share the Facebook page, share the YouTube page, so they can tune in and watch our boys play the best game on earth, football. Caleb, you were down on the Burgundy sideline. What did you hear? What was the chatter?
Well, first off, there is an argument going on about where the change should have been. They originally set up at 4th and 10, and obviously it would be 4th and 5. So got that straightened out.
The ball snapped. Acevedo running around that right side. He's got room. Can Blue stop him? He sheds a tackle on that right sideline, and he's right down the line after the power line. Acevedo with the touchdown for Burgundy. A touchdown on 4th and 5 puts Burgundy in the lead.
Well, again, Blues lost outside containment on that, and it was a great, again, Acevedo's speed here. Blue seems to have a real problem with his speed. Once he gets outside, they haven't been able to contain him, and that's what happened right there. Able to get there. They had a couple guys with a chance to get a tackle, and again, they went high on him, and he was able to kind of run through it, get underneath the hands, and excellent form by him. For Blue, you gotta have outside containment. If you don't have outside containment, it's going to kill you every time.
Acevedo with the 3rd clutch run of this ball game. Burgundy offensive line seems to get the push when they need it the most, and that puts them ahead 12-8. A crucial 2-point conversion coming up. Right now they only have a lead by 4. A 2-point conversion would put them up by a score. Touchdown, Randy.
Yeah, I mean, the Burgundy, obviously you always want to get as many points as you can, but these points are crucial because if they are stopped here and they do not, and they let up a touchdown to Blue would be in the lead. If they do this, they at least can kind of hold Blue to a tie.
Wayne Scott under center in the wishbone formation that they run. And
he's not going to get there.
The ball carriers converge upon. That's going to be Jackson Johnson, stopped short of the goal line. Big stop for that Blue defense. Even though Burgundy does take the lead, Blue gets a stop to keep the game within 4. 8 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Thank you for tuning in. We had a great breakfast this morning. We had some breakfast pizza and some cinnamon roll bake and orange juice. All the boys are well hydrated. We got Gatorade on the sidelines. And we had a couple good nights of preaching. A lot of people called to preach. A lot of souls being saved, lives being changed here in Dwight, Illinois. Thank you for sending your kid to man camp. Caleb, what are your thoughts now with 7:30 left in this 4th quarter with Burgundy up 12-8?
Well, one of the interesting things that we notice is how both offenses work. Burgundy has been a chunk yardage play type of offense. Both of their drives have been their touchdown drives have been relatively very quickly. Blue had a touchdown drive earlier this thing that took up the whole quarter. So, again, Blue has a great opportunity. There's still 7 minutes left on the clock, but, again, it took them the whole 3rd quarter to get their drive. So, time could be a factor for them. Something, again, Blue's always been battling the clock. Burgundy's trying to get set here.
Isaac Groom in motion on this kickoff. Colton Schwarga with the all-important kickoff. It's a low arcing kick. There's going to be a flag on the play. Encroachment on the kickoff. That's kind of like a offsides penalty. Referee saying that number 17 on the end of the line, Joseph Henry, was about 5 yards ahead of the ball before the kickoff. He's excited, trying to get that kick coverage going, but that's going to back this kicking team up 5 yards. Now this is an opportunity for Blue to have a big return with their athletic backfields to return the kick.
Yeah, referee Joe Schiffer on the call there. Interesting to see how. Now, right now, Blue has not moved up. If they want to quick snap this, they can.
Yeah.
And they could get a free onside. Now Blue's.
Good catch by the Blue coaches to move Zuzabek and those boys up a line.
Yeah, there's less of a thing. If they.
All right, it's a decent kick, and it goes off of Horry's right leg. Horry picks up the ball, and he's going to get decent field position here for Blue. Coming up the right sideline, finally taken down around the 40-yard line. That's Andre Babcock, the ball carrier. Both of their running backs are 63 and 53. Sometimes it's hard to tell that number apart when their jerseys are all folded up, but that is indeed Andre Babcock, the ball carrier, takes it down within Burgundy territory.
So that's a big play for them, and that penalty is going to matter. And then also this drive thing, you're starting on the opponent 40. A great return for Blue, just what they needed, because there is about 5 minutes left on the clock right now.
5 minutes left on the ball game. This is going to come down to the final 5 minutes. Who's going to win this ball game? Is it going to be Blue capitalizing or Burgundy halting the Blue offense? Oh, he got it. The refs are going to let them play. Yeah, there was just
a lot of shenanigans on the line there.
Referee Pete's going to make the call. Referee Pete's going to call it a false start on the Blue offense. That's going to set them up with 1st and 15 to start this drive. I can tell that the Blue offensive line was a little bit antsy about that pass rush coming from the Burgundy front four.
Well, and they kind of got away with one earlier. Blue coaches were saying it was a motion, except no motion ever came. So I think there was a little bit of a wiggle there.
There's a little bit of gamesmanship from the Blue coaches.
Yeah, motion, except no one's motioning. It was a motion. That's why I keep switching. Now, we have seen Blue throw before down to Robideau at the bottom. Burgundy yelling their team to watch out for that.
Brody Pierce takes the snap, and the ball is on the ground. They're going to say that the running back,
he was down.
The whistle was blown. I see John Babcock in the Facebook comments saying, that's my boy, number 63, Andre Babcock. Yes, he had that great return on the kickoff to set up Blue in Burgundy territory. I just botched the call again.
Well, they're setting up a 2nd and 14 here, and again, the clock is going to be the major enemy of Blue here. They need a touchdown, and with a running clock, you're at 3:20 and counting. By the time they probably snap this ball, they'll be under 3 minutes, and they're right now, forget the yardage. They got about 40 yards to go to score, and only about 3 minutes to do it. Now we've seen Smith and we've seen Babcock and we've seen Ori get loose before, so we'll see what happens.
Pierce under center on this crucial 2nd down and 13. Brody Pierce looks to pass. He's got a guy, but it's intercepted there. Number 52, Schwarga of the Burgundy team going down that right sideline. Still running, carrying an offensive player in through past the 20-yard line. That's going to be Schwarga taking the ball inside of Blue's red zone. What a clutch play.
Well, that was, great coaching by Burgundy. We told you just earlier that the Burgundy coaches were screaming out, watch for that pass there. And Schwarga this time was not going to be fooled. They tried the same route on him that they scored earlier, or that they almost scored on earlier on. And he stayed home and was able to get that interception.
You can tell Schwarga is gassed after that long run. Colton Schwarga with a clutch interception with Burgundy. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on this clock. The quarterback, Brody Pierce, saw the receiver out there. The receiver ran a good route, kind of got behind the defenders. But Brody Pierce, with some pressure in his face, throws it off his back foot and right to the well-positioned Colton Schwarga.
The key for Burgundy here is no mistakes. You're not going to be throwing the ball. You're not going to be doing anything, risky. This is not the time for trick plays. And you want to make sure you just have clean handoffs, clean everything, and you should be able to just pretty much grind this clock out.
Blue lost a close game yesterday. They're trying not to lose a second close game here in a row. Knox Wainscott in the gun. Hopefully it can be a good snap. Get this play started. It is. A little bit low. Wainscott running to his right, but he is met in the backfield immediately. Unblocked on the play as Aaron Hancock got into the backfield of Burgundy in a hurry. I believe he came in on a blitz or whatever. He was untouched going into that backfield.
Blue does a good job calling a timeout here, and we're very quick on that. Yesterday, Blue had some clock management issues. I believe he at one point used the phrase very Andy Reid-like. But they were on top of that. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to get a big stop here. Now, here's the thing, though. Burgundy can't just keep sacrificing 5-6 yards every time to kill clock. Obviously, that's not what they're trying to do. But if they keep losing, if they have a big, yardage loss here, that's just helping the Blue offense. Unless unless they feel comfortable with their kicking game. At this level of KFL, punting can be an adventure, and so a lot of teams try to avoid doing it at all costs.
I see David and Elena Schwarga, related to the ever-important Colton Schwarga, who got the big-time interception. Wayne Scott fakes the handoff, ends up handing it off to Acevedo. Acevedo trucking forward. He's going to gain a couple.
Looks like his own player kind of knocked him there. It was like he got confused.
It's a scrum. It's a scrum in between the
Sometimes
hash
you get
marks.
excited on you just hit something. You'll often hear coaches say, hey, you don't know what to do, hit someone in the other jersey. I think there was a little miscommunication. He thought maybe, at this point, I think Acevedo picked his own guy out.
It is what it is. Acevedo, elusive. The only thing that can stop him is his own team. Timeout's over, referee says. Referee Pete. Referee Pete is a licensed referee. Does a lot of high school varsity games in the state of Iowa.
Here they come. 3rd and about 13. Ball on the 23.
Wayne Scott on a crucial 3rd and 13. Trying to pick up yardage. They fake the handoff. It's a backwards pass. It's picked up by Horry. Horry's going to take this one to the house. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Akira Horry with the big score to put Blue in the lead. Blue is now ahead.
Well, first off, hats play to Blue. But we told Burgundy take the air out of the ball, man. What is going on there? And man, just a broken play there.
There's a flag on the play. Referee Pete with the flag throws it out. Disaster for Burgundy inside of Blues territory. What a clutch play by Horry to pick up that ball in stride and take it to the house. We have wow. The touchdown's been taken off the board. We had an illegal block on the return. An illegal block on the return. Blue. The clock should stop running.
All right, so they're putting time back on the clock.
Referee Pete, I believe he saw an illegal block in the back. You got to protect these boys. A block in the back is one of the more dangerous penalties in this game. You do not want to see a guy tripped up from behind. That is what Referee Pete is, a fair ref. So he's going to take the touchdown off the board and move Blue back. The ball's going to be on the 35-yard line for Blue. Either way you look at this, this is a huge turn of events. Burgundy was on the doorstep of scoring another touchdown. But Blue, Horry, Akira Horry picks up the ball. Still a lot of discussion amongst the coaches and the officiating staff, figuring out what exactly happened. But referee Pete is in control of this game. I trust his judgment. I've watched pretty much every game this guy's refed, and he has not made a game-changing call like this all year. That's not what he's out here to do. He's out here to call penalties that would affect the play. Blue has no timeouts here. With 1:15 left, they have the clock will stop at the 1 minute mark for the 1 minute warning. Other than that, that's going to be the only natural stoppage of clock. On an incomplete pass now under the 1 minute warning, time will stop. If they go out of bounds, time will stop. But here we go. Can Brody Pierce come up with a late clutch touchdown to put Blue ahead late in this ball game? Caleb, you were down on the Burgundy sideline. Did you hear anything? Horry's going to have the ball running to the right, looking for redemption after the called back touchdown. He's going to go out of bounds. Clock should stop at 1 minute. Clock should stop at 1 minute. Put a 1 minute back on the clock. That's going to be second and about 3 yards. Caleb, you were down on the Burgundy sideline. What were you hearing
So one of the things is the official call was a fumble recovery with a block and back. Right now, the big thing has been arguing over clock and how the clock's going to work here.
Brody, hey, the clock should have stopped at 1 minute. Well, I guess not. They're going to keep the clock running. Brody Pierce throws it up, and there is contact all over the place. That's going to be pass interference by number 52 of Burgundy, Colton Schwarga. A lot of contact there. It's tough. It looked like Schwarga was trying to play the ball, but made contact with the receiver, gave the receiver no chance to catch the ball. The clock is still running. The clock should not be running. There's no way the clock should be running. Can they get the snap off? No, the ball snapped. Horry has the ball running on the right. No time left on the clock. He's got to get to the end zone. He is refusing to go down, and Burgundy takes him down. That's going to be the ball game. What a game. Came down to the very last second. The word I got from the staff member is that on these games, there is no stoppage of the clock. Under 1 minute, they're just going to let it run because we have to get to the next thing. So they did not stop the clock. Burgundy was made aware of that. Blue was made aware of that. I just was confused because I was not relayed the information up here.
There's still a lot of confusion. A lot of flags were picked up. A lot of things were going on there. Hectic finish to the game there. But fortunately for Burgundy, they were able to pull it out. Blue unable to do that. Good game to Burgundy on that play.
One of the best ball games of the summer. We had a back and forth game. Drama at the ends. The fumble recovery by Horry gets a touchdown, called back with a block in the back, an undisciplined play by the Blue teammate. Thank you for joining this broadcast of Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp. I hope you had a good time watching that. I'm Zach Kinney. My broadcast partner is Caleb Crone. Thank you to Rob Robideau and Andrew Rogers up here with us, doing all the camera work. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you later today.
Oh, yeah, I'll get out there. Oh, for sure.